After the ball is over, after the game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hi. Hello everybody, welcome to Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 200. It is March 30th, 2016. It is a Wednesday, and we're podcasting on time for once. That may change. We will talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, did we hang the thing outside the door?
No.
And Davine doesn't know we're podcasting.
No, she doesn't. We're going to have to pause. I'm sorry. We forgot to hang our warning sign out. So we'll be right back.
All right, hold on.
And we're back. Hi. Okay, once again, we'll try this again. Welcome to Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 200. It is March 30th, 2016. It is a Wednesday, and we are podcasting on time. We had to pause because we forgot to put the sign out that warns my husband that we're podcasting.
I have to close the door. She talks when she's back
there. Oh, that's
there.
right, yeah. And Davina's having her snack in the back room, and she likes to talk out loud, so we had to shut the door. We'll open it again later.
Yeah, it's just she needs to be able to feel like she can talk during her snack and not be on air.
Yeah. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Thank you for joining us. We know there are a lot of different podcasts that have popped up in the last year or so, even, and we know that you know there are plenty to choose from. We're glad that you chose to spend time with us. If you're returning, thank you for rejoining us. If you are new, thank you for checking us out. If you are in the shadows, please come out of the shadows and join us officially on the Grab group so that you can join into our alongs and be eligible for prizes and such. Okay, what do you have?
Did we introduce ourselves?
I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico.
I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
And we are having chai tea today, I believe.
Yeah, I'm having raspberry chai tea.
Oops, the bunny.
What's in your mug?
What is in your mug? We were going to have different tea, but we just wanted comfort tea today.
Just as an FYI, people who are used to watching us normally, and even if you're new, it's just good to know in general, we do podcasts on a weekly basis. Schedule's going to be a little bit different for about 2 months or so. There's just been some changes at work where I need to pick up an extra shift just about every week. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse in a hospital.
Night nurse in
a hospital. So, that's 4 12-hour shifts a week.
So she might, the podcast may be, they'll be every week, but sometimes it might be longer in between, sometimes it might be shorter. They might be a little more subdued at times because she's going to be tired. And we're scrambling to fit all the things in, crafts and other things that we do. Some of the things are probably dropped by the wayside. Her designs might not come out quite as quickly, but they will be coming out. We just have to kind of roll with the punches because we still want to get the 1 week, every week out. Yeah. We don't want to do it bi-weekly.
No, it's very...
Bi-weekly?
No, bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly is every 2 months.
I can't think.
I don't know. Anyway, we don't want to do every other week. We want to do every week.
Yeah.
So it may be something short on some weeks, and it might be longer on other weeks.
I might not necessarily have the... I know I'm not very consistent on threads anyway. I might be a little less consistent.
I will try to pick up the slack a little bit, but we will do our best.
Just and ask you to please,
be patient with us. What is it, Kevin? We said with the rich and famous, a little patience. Are we either? No. Okay.
Not rich and semi-famous?
No, we're infamous.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have new members, lots of new members. We have Crafternoon Treats with Catherine, and I mentioned her podcast last week. She has her second episode up, which is really fun. She's predominantly crocheted, as she says, and she does crocheted socks, crochet bags, shawls. She's working on knitted socks, I think. but she's well, she's predominantly a crocheter. She's learning. I think she's learning to knit. I'm not positive. She does a little bit of sewing. She made her first project bag, which is really cool to see. But anyway, she is a new member. We want to welcome you, Catherine. And she's from England, so it's very nice to have her with us. We have Ellie Mae, who is Ellie. I've never seen Ellie spelled that way, with a Y, but that's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's also from England. I may be mistaken. I don't have it here.
Does
on
it
my notes.
actually have 2 Y's at the end of May, or is that just some typo?
That's her name.
Oh.
Her Rab name has 2 Y's at the end.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah. And then we have, so welcome Ellie. We have Joni7259. I don't know what her name is. I'm assuming it's a Joni, but I actually probably shouldn't assume anything because I always get surprised. So welcome Joni 7259. We have Blondie11, who is Cheryl. Welcome Cheryl. Saffron, and I don't know what her name is, or his name is, but I love the Rab name. It makes me think of the spice. Saffron. Welcome Saffron.
There's a character in Firefly called Saffron who ended up actually being a really bad person.
Well, I don't think this is a bad person. Welcome aboard. We have Knitting Top Down. I love that. And her name is so pretty. It's Fazienne. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Fazienne. It's very pretty. And please tell me if I'm mispronouncing it, because I don't like to mispronounce people's names.
It sounds almost like it's Middle Eastern or something.
I don't know. Or French. But she's from the States, though, so I don't know. Then we have Kelly May 85, who's Kelly. Welcome, Kelly. Kelly. And then we had 2 that slid in just under the wire this morning, which were awesome.
The Mrs.
Mrs. Derb, who is Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. And Mrs. Smith 615, who is Andrea. Welcome, Andrea. We are glad to have all of you with us. It's so exciting to have lots of new members. Yay. Please tell your friends about us. We like to have more and more people do the alongs. We have a great group, so you'll find out very chatty, very supportive group.
Yes.
And if you are in the shadows, please do feel free to join us officially, so you can be eligible for everything. Shannon's new book. We have one more week for this book that we have a prize thread going for. Excuse me, a little dry. This is the book that we have out in the thread by Shannon Mullet-Bowlesby. The photographs are by Jason.
Yeah.
Jason. And it's called Crochet Geometry, and we showed you this. We went through all the patterns last week, but we want to talk a little bit about the fact that these patterns come in sizes small to 5X, which means it's a variety of sizes from very small to more well endowed, so that everybody can try their hands at it without having to worry about determining how to adjust.
Like that.
Okay, Shannon does a fantastic job on that. There are all kinds of explanatory pages.
And actually, Shannon is who first got me to do foundation single crochet.
Right, me too, actually. Yeah, and he's very, very approachable and very, very knowledgeable and helpful. This is, you see, there's a page here with abbreviations. It's not showing, but there you go. Okay, so the abbreviations in here, so you know what they have: U.S. terminology and UK terminology, which is really good. He has charts. I don't want to, you can see there's a chart there. I don't want to put it too close because it's a paid-for book. You have charts for the pattern. You have diagrams to help you, and the patterns are really, really well set up. He's got them he writes a really, really nice pattern. They describe what all the different stitches are, along with they'll put the name of the stitch, then what the acronym or abbreviation for it is, and then they'll tell you how to do it. If there's a special technique, they tell you about it. Like for this, for example, this has a note and it says garment is made in one piece from cuff to cuff, then sleeves are sewn according to the finished instructions. That it'll tell you. There's no guesswork. Okay. Let me see what else is in here. I mean, look at this chart. It makes my eyes hurt. But actually, when you
I also just don't do crochet charts.
Well, I mean, it's very well. It's color coded.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's really neat. Oh, there it's focusing, so you can see.
Me and crochet charts don't get along. I feel like there's just so much information in crochet charts.
Well, the thing with crochet charts is that there's a lot more stitches to
and
know.
that's probably what the
because he does an excellent job with
it's nothing
this.
to do with Shannon's No, I just don't like crochet charts in
Here
general.
you can see this is for a pattern with all the different sizes.
And I think Shannon has written instructions
As well as charts.
the
Yes,
charting.
he does. He does both.
Because I know that there's plenty of people who just don't like charts.
And he makes it very, very accessible to all the people who want to use it.
Yes.
If you go to the back of the book, I'm trying to see what they have. You have an index, so you can find things like the patterns and things like that. It's a little bit about the designer and the photographer in the back here. You have a chart key and materials that have been used in the pattern to give you an idea of what, if you want to get the same, if you want to do the same yarn as they used or whatever, they have what they used, which is really nice. They have acknowledgments, they have end cap, they just have a lot of information about here. Oh, hello there, PETA. Okay, back here there's like a stitch. These are special techniques, and they show, like, for example, this one says knotless starting chain, and whatever they're talking about, they show you how to do with lots of photos as well as written.
No, they're very good about their
instructions.
And Jason?
Jason, what about Jason?
Yeah, his photographs are very good.
His photographs are awesome. I mean, let me show you a photograph that let me see one here that I really like.
She's thinking of a specific one. It's not that it's hard to find one she really likes.
No. I'm trying to find the one that I like for a certain sweater. I can't find it because I want to look for it. It's probably toward the beginning of the book, and that's why I'm back here.
Which sweater is it?
The red one. The cable one. There's a pink one. I like that one too, but I want poop doodles. Well, I can't find it right now, but anyway.
I'll look for it while you talk.
It's this sweater. The photography is awesome. The directions are very clear. The patterns are very, very well written and very nice. And we have a lot of people who are interested in it. So if you are interested in winning a copy as opposed to buying one right away, if you want to wait and see if you can win one, we do have a copy.
This one with the cable one.
Yeah, but where's the picture I was looking for? If you are interested in winning a copy, this thread will be open for another 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that one. Anyway, the photography is really nice. I just can't find the picture I'm looking for, which is just annoying. And it's not Shannon's fault, and it's not Jason's fault that I can't find the picture. It's my own fault that I can't find the picture. But here it is. This picture. I just love that picture. The red one, the red sweater.
Oh, that is a cute picture.
So this is up for grabs for another 2 weeks. The thread will close at midnight on April 15th, and the winner will receive this copy of this wonderful book. It is available on Amazon, and somebody told me it was also available online in Holland. So,
and by someone we mean Blair.
Yes, of course we mean Valeria. So, okay, so that's that. Very nice book, and the next time you see it, we will be most likely giving it away. Actually, I'll probably pull it out next week just to remind you that the thread is still open. Awesome book. Okay. Let's see here.
Baby hats.
Baby hats? Go ahead.
We received, and we have to actually make a stop probably.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make it before taxes.
Yeah, either that or I can run it by. We'll figure it out later.
Okay.
Is this from Sue?
Yeah, I have a backpack full of stuff, of baby hats that everyone has given. Baby hats and booties, Sue.
Sue, we haven't had a chance to write to you to let you know that we received both your letter, which I have to answer still, and you have to look at it. But we also received your hats,
yes.
And we really appreciate it. She sent hats and booties, and
this whole bag is full of awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, the bunny.
Look at these little itty bitty baby booties. Look at them, little baby feet. Little baby feet. They're so cute. And these look like they're crocheted. I think Sue said these are her own pattern.
And we accept...
Oh! It's a preemie hat. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That almost goes to a NICU. Isn't that adorable?
Oh,
it has little ears. Oh, that's adorable. Isn't that precious? You're going to have to see us melt down because we love babies. Oh, that's cute.
This one's cute.
That one looks like it's... Well, that's...
I thought at first it was 7th, but it's not.
No, this is knitted, though. It is knitted, right? This
No,
is... That's a knit stitch.
Yeah, that is. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so it's knitted.
No, look, let's crochet there.
But this looks like a knit stitch. Sue, you're trying to confuzzle us.
Because the top is definitely crochet.
I wonder if she added a crochet top to a knitted ribbing.
No, hang on, Mom. Huh? And the ribbing does almost look knitted, but the body of it definitely... I mean, that looks crocheted to you, doesn't it?
Sue, is this knitted or crocheted? This green hat. It looks knitted to me, although the stitches in between almost look like they're crocheted. Huh.
Or baby.
Oh, baby booties. This hat I just want...
I love the color of these.
Oh, aren't those adorable? These are going to make some babies very, very happy, and their parents as well. Oh, little purple ones. Very Eastery. Oh! So we have Easter bonnets and Easter booties. Oh, it's a bird! Oh, isn't that cute?
Yeah, it makes me think of the Stacy Chalk one.
Yeah, I made one like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, and she crocheted the...
Yeah, I was just checking.
She crocheted the eyes and everything. Isn't that precious?
Oh.
Oh, I love that. Very nice.
I love the color. There's another one.
As you can tell, we haven't gone through these yet.
It's like owly colors.
Uh-huh. Owls. They must be mine.
Because it'll totally fit your head.
No. That's adorable.
Oh,
1920s baby.
I know. I was just thinking
Flapper
that.
baby.
Flapper
Oh, that's
baby.
great. Look at all these hats and booties, Sue.
Oh.
So precious. Oh, look at that. Sue's a very talented and prolific hat maker. I love it. This is another one. I can't tell if it's knitted or crocheted.
Look at the little ruffle.
Oh, that's adorable.
And look, here's another one. Isn't this similar to the one you did, Mom?
I've done one like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cute.
That's adorable. Love it. Love it, love it. But this one, this little bitty baby one, just makes me want to...
Look, here's another ear one.
Oh. And it's a small one, too. A little bigger than this one, though.
Yeah. Look, this one's a kitty ear. That one's more like a bear ear.
Very nice.
It's a baby birdie.
Oh, look at the little top knot. That's so cute.
Look, a little bit of a...
Yes, little attitude there.
Oh.
Great. Oh, another teeny tiny one. The little flower? Oh, those are cute. Isn't that precious? They're almost like little doll hats.
I know.
They're so precious. Oh, that goes together, Taya.
Okay, these are all little...
Oh, they're little baby hats? Are baby hats?
Little pretty hats.
Oh my gosh. They are so tiny. It's hard to believe a baby would be that small.
I think these probably are best to the pregnancy center because we don't get babies this small at our hospital.
I think you're right.
Because the pregnancy center, once they go home, they're still going to be small enough. Or the moms can get them and take them to the hospital.
Right.
Because we don't get babies this small at Warren. They're this small, they get shipped out.
Yeah, that's got to go to the pregnancy center. Isn't
So,
that adorable?
Yeah, because the babies this small are just too unstable for our little...
Yeah, we'll send it to the pregnancy center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Little baby ones. Oh, that's adorable too. Look at that back in here.
Yeah. Got it?
It's a baby palooza. Oh, those are cute.
And Sue, actually, this is what I needed to feel a little bit better today.
Yes, you will understand why later. Isn't that beautiful? I love the colors. Oh, another little flapper
look
hat.
at that.
Adorable. She must have like 24 hats and booties in here. Oh, look at the little hat. And a blue one.
And one with a little blue bow on top.
This could be for a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
My understanding when I did some reading is that they used to put blue for boys because it's supposed to ward off evil. Never mind that the girls had to wear pink.
Well, yeah.
But
Gotta protect the air.
Air, yes. Oh, little Smokey the Bear. Is that all of them?
We have 3 here.
Oh, that's amazing. I think Sue gave us like 24
Oh
hats
my
and
gosh.
booties. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you very much,
Thank
Sue.
you so much.
This will make a lot of babies and a lot of moms really, really happy.
I think they'll fall over the pregnancy center when we come in.
Oh, yes. They love seeing us walk in the door with all these things. Thank you so much.
I think, I can't decide what one of my I love the little bear ones, but I think this one might be my favorite one.
This.
I know.
This. Look at this.
Elvis bird.
Elvis bird. But the baby that gets that must be named Elvis. I need a little drink here.
Very. Oh, so awesome.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you very much for your generosity of time and effort and just love that goes into those baby things.
And everyone else who sent us.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Baby hats and booties in the past.
Thank you very much. They're
Yes,
much
thank you.
You should see the faces of the people in the pregnancy center when we bring them in. They light up.
Yes.
Okay, now I do want to mention just briefly the knitting games, which is still going on. That is Spicy Homemaker, who is Melissa, Spicy Homemaker podcast, and D-Fly B, who is Brittany from the Slip and Stitch podcast. They're doing, it's just going really strong. I finally put something in one of their threads, I put a finished object and put some whips in. So if you do want to participate, make sure you become a member of their group and participate. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Both groups are very, very fun to be in. The people that they're pulling in the grocery girls, I think, for May to do some stuff. But anyway, just want to let you know the FO threads are in the in the Slip and Stitch podcast. Slip and Stitch podcast has a FO thread. Both of them, the Slip and Stitch and the Spicy Homemaker, have whip threads, chowder threads. Okay. The autism awareness will start next week, I believe it is, April 1st. You can already have started your projects. That is fine. We will be co-hosting with Heidi from Undead Yarn once again.
Yes.
She has her shop open for pre-orders for the autism awareness base, and I left mine up there. I think she's got it.
It always looks a little different each time she does it.
Right. She's got it. I think she's doing mostly fingering or sock weight, whatever that is, her Vampiri base. But I do believe that if you ask for another base, she will dye that up for you. But it is pre-order, so you might want to, if you want the autism awareness base, the autism awareness base colorway, you need to go to the Undead Yarn and order it, because it's not sitting there. She needs to dye it up
to make it for you.
Okay. And we are very, very happy. She's giving, I think she said 20% to one of the autism.
She usually does Autism Speaks, I think.
She didn't do it this year, though. She's doing Autism Society this time.
It might have been the one she did.
No, everybody did Autism Speaks last year.
Okay.
I think.
I can't remember. She might have done Autism Society. Because I think I heard about Autism Society from her. I can't remember.
I think she did Autism Speak last year, but it doesn't really matter. It's either here or there. She's giving 20% of the sales of her autism awareness base, colorway, I don't know why I keep saying base, to Autism Society. And if you do a project in her yarn, in her autism awareness yarn, then you will get 2 chances for a prize for your FO only.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go to Laura, who is a crocheting Whovian,
and that's our other
co-host. If you use any of Heidi's yarns, if I understand her correctly, you get 2 chances for her finished object, as well as for
not for a finished object, for
a finished object.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Heidi's
Okay,
yarn.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also for I believe for Talia's toys, if you do any of Talia's designs, and
I think also for her toys.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Her pillow puff.
I can't remember what it's
I
called.
can't remember what it's called. It's really cute.
I keep wanting to call it a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I keep wanting to call it Hufflepuff too. It's really cute. But anyway, you have to go to her group and to Heidi's to see their exact rules. But they are 2 co-hosts. We're really excited.
But there's a lot
them.
of double chances for Laura.
Yeah, Laura's great at what she's doing there, and Heidi is wonderful as well. We're very, very happy to have them both with us.
Yes.
One thing I do want to mention is because we're doing bright colors, if you are involved with Packing Knits, if you're in Packing Knits podcast group, I think it's Packing Knits Design
I
podcast.
think it is. I'm way behind.
If you are in her group as well, and you're doing bright colors, she's having a bright color along, and I always forget what it's called. But if you do something bright colored with ours, you can double dip in hers. So, and vice versa. If you're doing bright colors in hers and you want to double dip in ours, at least in our group, you can.
Yeah.
As for the other two, Heidi and Laura, you'll have to check their threads, but I'm pretty sure it's okay for them as well. So we wanted to make sure to kind of give you the maximum bang for your projects. Okay. We do have prizes coming in, and I mentioned some of them last week. I'm not going to go over them again right now because we'll go over them on our first podcast in April. Let's see here. We are having the sweater shawl along now. Almost done. You have one more day, and I noticed that we saw Sally from Idaho, which we haven't seen her in a while.
And usually when Sally does it in a
bunch.
clump.
And so
last year it was sweaters when she did that. She did like 20 sweaters
this
at one
year
time.
she put in 11 shawls all at once. Just before we went to podcast, and they're gorgeous. I mean, she does wonderful work.
Always does.
Always does. Just beautiful, beautiful work. And I'm so happy to see her active again. I think she just doesn't post them. She kind of just, and she does such beautiful, beautiful work. So we're really glad to see her back with us. Check out the thread. I mean, there are just so many shawls and sweaters. Yes.
Once we finish talking about the
Stop
sweater
poking
along, before we start project, I need another cup of tea.
Okay, but you're hurting me. Stop poking me. Okay. Anyway, my brain has been derailed. Not difficult. Any shawls for our shawl sweater along that you put into our shawl sweater along are also eligible for prizes in the Undead Yarn shawl along that they've asked us to co-host. Heidi has asked us.
Heidi?
Oh man, I cannot talk. Let me have some tea.
We don't pronounce our H's.
Heidi of Undead Yarn has asked us to co-host along with Andrew Sue Knits and Bookish Stitcher, who's Jeanette. And so if you are doing shawls in our sweater shawl along, they are also eligible for that shawl along in our group. And I'm assuming in the other groups as well. Just check out the thread. You have to be members of all the groups, as always, if you want to have the maximum amount of chances to win the prizes. Okay, I think that's about it. And I think Talia wants to get some more tea before we... Oh, I did want to go over the prizes real quick. I don't have them to show. You'll see them next week when we give out the prizes. But we have a Silver Shed medium-sized project bag that was donated by the lovely Ann Brody, who has been so generous with us over various Cal-Cals, donating project bags and things. We really appreciate all that she's done for us. Her bags are amazing.
Oh my gosh.
We have a Drake and shawl that was gifted to us by the designer, who is Maria Muscarella, a.k.a. Ninja Chickens. And this was donated to us at the beginning of the Cal-Cal. We opted to hold it back so that we could give it to you as a prize. She also gifted us each a pattern.
Yes.
I'm not quite there yet, but I hope to be able to do that in the future. Really appreciate that wonderful gift. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
We have a sock blanket that was donated by Mama C, who is Christina. We have No Maker's Yarn in the Candy Cane colorway, and we have KR Dye Works PHN colorway, the yarn that was from our 500?
Oh, it was an eon
50,
ago.
I know what it was. We had it done a while back. First year.
I think you're right. It was like 50 members.
I don't know.
It might have been 100.
Might have been our first year or something like that. We have 2 knitting kits that were donated by Laura Smoot, who is Spinning Laura. Thank you very much, Laura. And 2 skeins of yarn donated by Laura Concert. The green skeins of yarn that we showed that one time or twice, they go together. And that was donated by Laura Concert. And we have stitch markers that are donated, they're coming in. We're waiting for them to come in from one of our other viewers, who is Nutty Hookin, I believe.
I can't keep track of all her names.
Yeah, she keeps changing her names on me. I think
she's still Naughty Hooking.
I don't know if she's still Naughty Hooking, if she's Cupcake Designs. I can't keep track of it. I know Laura was saying the same thing. She said we love her, but we can't keep track of her name.
Jenny.
Jenny, yes, Jenny. I know her name, but her podcast name. Okay, so that basically are yes, I cannot talk. I think I'm gonna need some tea as well. I don't usually have 3 cups of tea, but I might have to today. We're going to go into our whips in a little bit, but we need to get a cup of tea. So We will be back.
Because the first cup kind of eased up a little bit of a headache I had, but I need another cup to make me more human.
Okay, so we will be back in a few minutes. All right?
All right, putting it to pause. We just realized we're wearing the same color.
We're green today instead of red. Look at us. Yeah, somebody had noticed. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Bonnie, but it might have been Christina, who said that we were red last time. And I was so observant I didn't notice. So today we're green.
I guess I was wearing red last time. I don't even remember what I wore last
We're
time.
green.
That's blue.
We're green.
Yeah.
Green. Okay, anyway, we have gone through the prizes. Oh, the prizes for the Undead Yarn shawl along for us. We have 2 prizes that we're offering for that, which one of which is the winner's choice of any Laura Smoot design. That's one prize. And then the winner's choice of any single Ninja Chickens design. That's the other choice. So there'll be 2 winners for the shawl along that's sponsored by Heidi. Okay, moving to Rough Draft Whips. Put the hat away.
But it makes me happy.
Put it away. Away. You don't want to get stuff on it.
Be happy.
Put it away.
It's so cute.
It is cute. All right, now, are we going to... Taya, focus.
It's really cute.
Focus.
I can't.
Focus. Don't tell me you can't.
I'm focusing. I don't
Come
want to focus.
Come on, how many whips? What's the whip?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
I think you might go first.
I think I might. Okay. On to what you really want to see this for. I guess they want to see the prize stuff, right?
I suppose so.
Okay, we are now going into the whips. If I can go back to where I'm supposed to be here. Okay.
It looks like Heidi Berry and your cardinal are like glaring at the bat. She looks a little bit
frightened. Peter will have to go join them here. There. She'll run interference. He'll run interference. There. Okay. All right. My first rough draft. Of course, I have to dig it out from underneath all this mountain of stuff. Mountain of. I always forget what Valeria calls it. Mountain of joy or mountain of something or other. I haven't seen this bag in a while. That
was like your first turtle bag, wasn't it?
It was. I got it during the heliocytosis, whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
heliocytosis
With Lauren.
What was her name?
Limited Crochet.
Limited Crochet, yeah.
Okay.
She has been podcasts for years now.
No. This is my Sea Turtles bag, which is Knitting's My Bag. It's her sweater size. And I am working on the turtle. I decided that I stopped working on the bottom here because I think I've overstuffed it and I can't see the stitches. But I did a little bit of work on here. And then I decided, because I couldn't work on that at the moment, I started the head. If I can find it in here.
Down goes the turtle shell.
Down goes the turtle shell. There's the feet.
There is a head in there.
There is a head in here somewhere. Just have to find it.
Can't
find it.
Lost
It's different.
I just can't find it.
Just start finding it then. What did I do with it? Well, it's in here somewhere. I don't know. I should follow this. There it is. Okay.
Oh, okay. No wonder you can't find it. It's very, very, very,
it's very small. You can see the beginning of the mouth and the little nostrils. That's as far as I got on that.
That's my design.
And this is Taya's designs, the Franciscan Gypsy designs. This is Timmy the timid turtle. See, Laura, I'm making one too. She'll probably finish hers and 2 others before I even finish mine, but that's okay.
I might need to make a therapy turtle.
That works.
I have a feeling I might be starting toys just because toys are therapy.
Well, that's why I'm going to be doing more owls.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But turtles are good therapy.
Yes, they are. This is baby bees. Let's see. We're a little bit all over the mat. I do apologize.
We're all over the mat.
I do not have my yarn. I just have using a crochet hook and yarn. But this is baby bee, I think.
Yeah,
Yarn Bee's baby bee. And I forget what the print color
You
is.
just have you using crochet hook and yarn. Most of the time you are using crochet hook and yarn.
I know, it's just there. So I haven't worked on this in a while. That's why I'm a little bit, and this doesn't fit my bag anymore. I'm a little bit discombobulated with this. So that's this one. Oh, I have to go out of frame because I don't want it to just go rolling off. Well, there
Well,
it went. Anyway.
it's gonna roll anyway.
Okay, that was the turtle shell. Turtle shell down.
It's
okay,
there.
It's there. All right, the next thing on my needles, actually, not my hooks, but my needles. And for those of you, I was watching I'm sorry, Catherine. I always get your name mixed up, your Ravelry name. Crafter Noon Knits? No.
It sounds right.
She is, I'm looking on my notes here because I don't want to mess up her name.
You don't want to mess up her name further.
Yeah.
Crafter Noon Treats.
Who is Catherine. I smiled because she's predominantly a crocheter, and that's, at heart, that's what I am, but I'm just not doing it anymore as much because my hands hurt too much when I crochet. So I'm getting to the point where I can go back and forth, and I'm almost ready to start trying some other things besides single crochet. But she made me really excited because she was talking about mitts, and she would say double crochet. She kept saying, that's single crochet in the United States. So she's talking about all these, she makes a lot of designs, and these mitt designs that she's doing with all these different versions of single crochet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I digress. In my plover bird.
So that had absolutely nothing to do with what you were going to talk about for your project.
Well, no. In my owl bag, this is my medium-sized plover bird. I made quite a bit of progress on this, actually. And I keep saying I'm almost done. I think I haven't put the batteries in yet that you gave me, because my battery on my scale keeps saying low, and I think it's not measuring correctly. So I stopped it for a little bit, but you can see how much progress I made on the ribbing. Let me see. Well, it's garter stitch, doesn't really matter. But you can see how much progress I made on the ribbing here on this shawl. So it's really close to being done. Really, truly. I've done a lot on the ribbing. But the thing is, it takes me about 45 minutes to get through a row. So
well, it's because it's so big now.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't mind that. Now that I know what I'm doing, it's fairly relaxing to do. And I'm supposed to go till I have 12 grams. This is how much yarn I have right now. And it says I think the last measurement was like 50 grams. So I guess I've got a few rows to go. It seems like I do about 3 or 4 grams each time I go by on a row. So we'll see how many more I actually do before I decide I'm going to bind off. And this is Miss Babs Yowza Skein. It is in the Pangea colorway, and I'm using US 8 Chaigu Reds, which are my absolute favorite metal needles. I love them. They're probably pretty close to be my favorite needles, except that I do love my Knit Picks, Harmonies, and Caspians.
I only use red lace if I could help it.
I love my red laces. Okay, so that was 2. It's your turn.
Okay, so my first project is what?
Hot on my hand.
Tea generally is hot.
Hot on my hand. Yes.
In my
Panhook and needles.
Peach and Silver Shed.
And Brody bag.
But yes.
And it's awesome.
Yes. Is my Bullfinch sock knit shawl pattern by the
Ann Brody.
By K.F. Jones
of Bakery Bears fame.
Was Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply in the colorway Bullfinch. And I think I'm in the middle. Oh, by middle I mean I'm like right at the end. I can finish this row.
Are you at the end or the start?
At the end.
Yes. Okay.
So, because I think I was at church when I was.
Have you actually done that at church? You haven't done that in a while.
I did it during Easter sermon.
Daddy was teasing me about doing that during, I think he said Holy Thursday. I'm like, no, I can't do that during Holy Thursday Mass. Talia has permission because she's tired. I'm not tired. I do during adoration after I do my prayers though.
But I am so close on.
This is another one that we keep saying we're so close.
Yeah. So close we get so far.
I beg your pardon for slurping.
She did it on purpose. Don't believe her. Okay, there we go. Let me mark off this row so I don't freak out. I have no idea where I'm at.
Okay.
So.
And it kind of matches your bag. It does match your bag.
Yeah. So. I can actually remove the stitch marker here because honestly, I know what the right side and wrong side is for this
Well,
now.
is that garter now? No, that's
Oh,
both.
no,
That's
it's-
both.
it's
I remember
both.
now, yeah. I have to go back to mine.
This one would be really pretty actually in a plain color.
It would be. It would be.
Because
I wonder, that yarn that Laura gave me, that blue yarn, is 600 yards. I wonder if I can...
Oh, because you got a blue and I got a red, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know what Laura gave you, but...
It's a...
Because mine was in one skein.
Oh, yeah, mine was in 2.
But mine was 600 yards, and it's a DK Sport or something like that. I checked it. It's DK or Sport. That might be perfect.
Yeah, because look, you can't really... The pattern of the yarn actually kind of blends out takes out the beauty of the pattern itself, but this would be so pretty in a plain.
But it's gorgeous the way it is.
It is, but it would also be really gorgeous.
This would also be pretty if you had like one tonal or solid with the variegated. Be really pretty. It's just a pretty pattern.
It is.
Kate does a nice pattern.
So I look forward to having this. It's just, I keep saying it's almost there, but I only work on this when I'm out and about, so.
Which is not very often anymore.
No.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay,
guys.
Alright, my next one. You guys are starting to see a pattern in my last couple of weeks. I've been doing my Yowzas in my other owl bag. This is my medium size.
Are your
Yowzas
Yowzas both in an owl bag?
They are.
Both in Knitting My Bag owl bag?
No, the other one's Cloverbirds. So this is, I made a little bit of progress on this one as well. I love these things. Absolutely love them. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Talia. And thank you, me. Okay, I made a little bit of progress on this. I think maybe a couple rows. Tangled up here.
Tangled up in
Tangled
blue.
up in blue. I am tangled up in blue. So it's growing. At this stage, it grows pretty quick. I love the colors in this. Absolutely gorgeous with the blues, you know, deep, rich kind of navies to, you know, royals and, you know, just regular blues. Doesn't have any. It has just kind of some pops of a light blue, like right here, and there's even some purple and some teal. So it's very, very pretty. This is Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the Grand Dream colorway, and the pattern is the Yowza Way at 3 by Susan B. Anderson, and I just love it. It's put the hat away before you ruin it, before the baby gets it. Now just do that. Can't take her anywhere. And I'm enjoying this. I do love this pattern, as you can tell. I like the way Susan Anderson writes her patterns. I like the fact that they use one skein of Miss Babs Yowza. And I like the fact that even a beginner can do it, and yet it doesn't look like it's just plain, boring garter stitch or plain.
And it's such a beautiful color.
And the colors that Miss Babs does, between the color and the pattern, it looks stunning. I mean, it looks like something you would want to buy, so it's nice. And I'm matching my yarn with my...
It really does match the bag.
With my bag. So
Sorry, a little bit congested, guys. Nothing too bad, but...
I was matching the other one a bit as well.
But this one really
matches.
matches.
But this one really matches, so happy about that. And I'm using the same size needle, US 8s, my Chaigus circulars. Go.
Okay, so...
I had some songs in my head because I gave up for Lent, you know, just random YouTube type things. I was listening to songs that stick in your head, so of course I have a couple of songs now running through my head. And I blame Taylor Swift for my writing today for the original.
Oh, that one song that I had sent your way?
No. This was one that it was one of the ones that stick in your head, and it was I knew you were troubled. Yeah, yeah, you were troubled. Yeah.
I really do like some of her new music. I didn't think I would at first.
Yeah, well, I tend to not like change too much in certain things, and I didn't like where she was going when she changed. But she's good. Taylor Swift is good. You know, for the most part, I can listen to her, so she's good.
Okay, so
moving on.
Yes.
Laura Smoot. That was one weird video. And to answer your question, I have never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show, so that was an eye opener.
I thought it was I seem to remember it was sort of a thing that you're supposed to like talk during Rocky Picture.
Rocky Horror Picture Show is usually watched at midnight. It was out. I think it came out when I was in high school. And it's a cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they watch it like at midnight and they do all kinds of crazy things. But I had never seen it. It kind of freaked me out a little bit, actually. But I had never seen it, so seeing the video kind of made me laugh because I'd never seen any part of it. All I knew was that Tim Curry was in it. That's all I knew about it. So, and that was a little bit strange.
Well, Tim Curry can be a little bit strange.
Can be. Yes, let's use the proper verb. He is a little strange.
And
entertaining, though. But thank you for posting that, Laura.
well, for me, my favorite role for him is probably, of course, Annie. Isn't he Rooster?
Oh, yeah, Annie. I don't know why. I heard you say Annie, but I heard you say Nanny. And I'm like, what on earth?
Annie.
Yes, Annie.
Rooster.
Yep.
Although Clue is weird.
Yeah, and he also played in The Shadow.
Who's he in The Shadow?
He was the guy who wanted to take over the world. He was working on the bomb. He had kidnapped the father.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I think the
Well,
last time I saw it was at college.
Yeah, with Alec Baldwin and, what was her name? Penelope,
Cruz?
No. Penelope, Davina would know. She was from Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
And in Adventures in Babysitting, although
Yes, she was the friend.
she was the friend who
Yes, Penelope, whatever her name was.
was the reason
Yeah.
why What's-Her-Face had to go to the
To
city
town
in the first
and
place.
meet Thor and...
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, it still cracks me up that Thor, when he is much older, plays Kingpin in the new Daredevil series.
The guy who played Thor in that movie? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he's a lot older now, and he's gained weight, which is why he's able to do Kingpin.
You do know that we have just, completely...
Derailed?
Yes.
I know. So, in my
I blame Laura.
frog
She can take
silver shed bag is the design. I had to rip back quite a bit,
Oh, right.
just because it wasn't fitting quite the way I wanted it to.
Davina was not pleased.
No.
But she handled it pretty well, though.
Yeah. Usually she doesn't quite understand why I have to rip back sometimes to make progress. But, progress is being made again. I think it'll fit a lot better.
That's good. That's
So,
good.
design in progress.
Yay.
Who gets catch design in progress?
I think we should...
Sweet.
Brittany, don't knock over my stuff.
It almost landed in your shelf.
Brittany wants to be thrown at.
Oh, okay. Well, she just has to dive in front of Sue or Blair.
Yep. Or
I
maybe
think
it was
she
Bonnie.
can do it. Vault over. Boom. One hand on the shoulder and go,
Now,
woo!
I need to do a little trampoline. Alright, we're getting silly. Anyway, in my Knitting's My Bag, French Lady's Bag, I did some progress on this as well. This was in the middle of a row when I started it. I think I did a row and a half on this when I was watching Ben-Hur.
Yes, I finally watched Ben-Hur. Bill had to sit down.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
My coworker's been trying to get me to watch Ben-Hur for 2 years-ish.
It's a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, hold on. Sat himself down. He's 6 foot plus. He's like
a big guy.
5.
He's a big guy.
You don't want him going down. So, finally watched Ben-Hur.
So I'm just working through this. This is my own...
Good knitting time.
Yeah, this is my own yarn that I dyed. I got the yarn from the bottom of the hill. It was 100% wool. It was a cream color, and I just Kool-Aid dyed it. So, and I think it was cherry or something. I didn't even take notes, I don't think, on that first time around. So, and the pattern, I'm just kind of noodling with it. I'm not sure what the wingspan is because it's kind of bunched up on the needles. And I think it will grow fairly, a little bit.
Fairly little bit?
I was going to say fairly much, but I'm not sure about that. And this is what I have left of the second skein. So I'm hoping to put a little bit on the wingspan here so I have a little bigger shawl. Otherwise, I might have to figure out some way to...
Well, it would still be useful as a neck wrap.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that, though. So we'll see. But anyway, and I'm doing that Knit Pick circulars. These are my interchangeable harmonies, and they're US 9s. And I'm enjoying. This is a plop. Project in long-term ongoing progress. Yes. I left my cheat card over in the... I have it hanging on my bulletin board. So somebody, I can't take, I think it was Melissa from Spicy Homemaker podcast. Melissa, I can't take credit for that. That was Tilly Trout who coined that term. So, kudos go to her.
Yes, all kudos.
All kudos go to her. So,
Tilly, you need a podcast again.
yes, Tilly, I'm having withdrawal, and it's not pretty.
So we join our protest to Dan and Kay's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope you feel like...
Hope you feel guilted into it.
Guilt. Excuse me, I apologize to those who have earbuds.
Tea sip.
Take care of that cough. Okay.
So, in my Silver Shed Batman bag. Oh, speaking of which, I went into my
What's that?
there's a story behind this. I went into my
I never.
I just
Of course you never.
I went into my mailbox at work and someone had slid that in. I have no idea. I can't bring myself to open it because I'm afraid to tear the packaging.
Is it M&M's or Sweethearts or what?
I have no idea what kind of candy it is. It says Easter candy.
Oh, that's great.
And I am well known at work for being a Batman fan. Actually, my little clipboard, which has like information on the back of it with different cheat things like pupil size and temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit, bunch of different cheat things. The only identifier on it instead of my first name, it's Bat Nurse, because I have a Batman lanyard, I have a Batman badge holder, I have a Batman lanyard that holds my oxygen monitor. I'm known as a huge Batman fan, and everyone always thinks of me when they think of Batman. And someone put this in my locker.
You have to show Daddy that.
Yeah, I forgot to show you.
Yeah.
It was hidden underneath all my bags. So,
that's cool.
Semi-related. I have no idea who put it in there. No one's claimed responsibility yet.
Really sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I was going to open it, but then when I saw it wasn't going to easily come open, I didn't want to tear the packaging. So.
That's awesome.
The only way I can bring myself to do is maybe cut it in the bottom here, but I'm just not sure I can do that.
It's pretty.
It is. And
It looks like they might be Sweethearts.
that's why I think it is, and I do love Sweethearts.
Yeah. I've never heard of a black Sweetheart, though.
No, I haven't either.
Do your project.
Okay.
Water.
So.
Oh, give me the jacket.
Okay. Got some work done on this. This is getting to the point where I can only do about a row at a time. Although, I think I might have worked on this a little bit during Ben-Hur.
Not much. You're pretty glued.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, it doesn't say. So this is On the Forest Floor by Simone Caritz. Dragonfly Fibers in the Traveler base. In the colorway Zettel Chestnut. This one here. The dark brown. Mushroom Hunting, which is this sort of variegated brown. And then this greeny yellowish color is the whale line.
Is it the whale line or just
it's the whale line.
The whale line. Mm-hmm.
And actually a fair amount of work was done, even though you can't necessarily tell. I'm getting a few rows within the next area of surface crochet. Row-wise, I'm not far from next twig setup.
Mm-hmm.
I have another section of mushroom hunting and then of the dark brown before I do the twig setup.
Cool.
So, but yeah, this is going to be very nice when it's done. I'd love to have it done by September. We'll see.
Very nice.
But if I don't start anything else, I should be able to do that because it's not that difficult a pattern.
And Talia managed to lose one of these.
Yeah, I don't know how I did
A
that.
red one.
Yeah.
I don't know how she lost it.
But
It's got to be around here somewhere.
it's got to be. I was very disappointed because it's my new favorite way of carrying my needles.
Yeah, I really like that. For my bigger ones, for my bigger needles that don't fit in there, I prefer the Lisette Amoirs. But
Yeah, because it only fits a certain
that only
size.
fits like a size 9.5 or 10.
I don't think it could fit a 10.
Yeah, I think a 10 would be tight. So anything bigger than that, I use my Lisettes for. But for the smaller ones, I use my my wand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, excuse me. In my, oh, I know I moved this. I think I moved it in here. Yeah. In my lovely pen hook and needles bag in blue, in the 2 X size by Anne Brody, who is lovely, I have my Under the Mistletoe shawl, and I did a little bit of work on this as well. I think I'm in the middle of the row on this. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay.
I was gonna say, usually you don't stop in the middle.
Now, this is 10.5. Okay, this is that, yeah. I'm using 10.5 harmonies. These are my interchangeables. And I'm just going until I feel it's big enough, because I have in here, I'm on my second skein of yarn, I think. And I've got I have like 1.5 skeins of yarn in here, 1 2/3 skeins of yarn, and I've got something like 5 skeins in there, or 6 or something like that. I'm just going to go till I feel like going. I'm sorry, I have to get ahead of you.
That's fine.
But you can see it's starting to bunch up, and it is quite nice in terms of size. It's going to be very comfortable. It's a very squishy yarn for an acrylic. It's very comfortable, very nice to work with. And I had to smile because Catherine, Crafter, darn, I'm going to forget it again. I should have written it down.
Crafternoon Treats.
Crafternoon Treats. The way I had to laugh because she's right. There are several very nice acrylics out there that if you are on a budget and you want to get
Knit Picks is my favorite.
Knit Picks is my favorite, but there are others that if you want some, sometimes you can't get some of the variegated and stuff like that, or the stripes or whatever, always at Knit Picks. But Knit Picks is our primary. Sometimes I go to Web, sometimes I go to Hobby Lobby.
Now, I do like Yarn Bee.
I do like Yarn Bee, and Yarn Bee has a lot of colors. Acrylics, you can't always afford to buy the specialty yarn.
And for some things, it's just...
Well, yeah, charity things or blankets that you're going to wash. Now, hers happens to be woolen superwash, but I like to have my blankets where I can just throw them in the wash. It's nice to have that option. I do, both of us support our indie dyers, but it's also nice to know we don't have to break the bank. So we can get some acrylics that are nice. Not all of them are the original Red Heart that will last until the world ends. So,
Along with
cockroaches and Cheetos or whatever.
No, it's Twinkies.
Twinkies, that's right. So I'm enjoying this. This is a Susan Ashcroft project. It's the Just Knitted Shawl. Another one. I love Susan Ashcroft. She just came out with another pattern that's still in testing that I put on my wish list already because she writes a very nice pattern, and she writes a pattern that looks like it might be difficult and not as difficult to make. And that's my kind of pattern. Even if it is more difficult than a strictly easy, I'm moving up with her. And I really like her. If you haven't done a Susan Ashcroft and you're just learning to knit, you should try her. Susan Anderson also, the Way It shawls are really good for that. So, okay, that is that.
The next one...
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Yarn Bee Tender Touch yarn in the red velvet colorway. I'm sorry, Ty, go ahead.
Okay. In my... And some of these projects have changed bags.
Mine too. That's why I can't remember where they're at.
In my Stitch by Mimi bag is Chocolate Hug, the Reader's Wrap by Lisa Carnahan, using Knit Picks Bravo Bulky in the colorway Sienna. This didn't get a whole lot of work. This will become my purse project once the Bullfinch is done.
It's a big purse project.
Well, so the Bullfinch is getting big too.
Yeah, but it's not so heavy.
Hang on, this is the wrong way around.
Okay.
Not that you guys will be able to tell from the screen.
It's got a nice little edging detail here.
So,
It's got a beautiful color.
I do love the color.
It's a very deep brown, kind of chocolatey, rich brown.
And I look forward to having this as a reading shawl because my current one, as much as I love it, is itchy. My skin tends to be very sensitive. And this is acrylic, so it won't bother me. So I do look forward to having this done. It's just not what I've always felt like working on.
Well, it's heavy too, and it's starting to get a little warmer. Although today you would not have known it. We went out in winter coats today because it was 35 degrees or something when we left the house.
It didn't feel that cold.
It was pretty cold when we left the house.
You
weren't home yet, so by the time you came home it was later.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let me think. Where is this current project? I think it's in here. Let's see. Yes. In my Kikiboo bag, Denise has another episode up, but I don't think it's a knitting one.
Okay.
This is the Kikiboo Puzzle Pieces bag that Denise from the Knitting Den podcast gave me. She gave Talia and I each one when she donated 2 others for autism awareness last year. And this is my, it's very generous of her. I love this bag. I keep all my baby hats in here.
That's usually where I keep my baby
that aren't loom knitting. If they're on
because the loom has difficulty fitting.
Yeah,
in
the loom won't fit in here. But if I'm working on it crocheted or if I'm working on it with needles, then it goes in here. And this is the Newborn Beanie pattern by Hannah Berry, and I'm using US 3s, which are 3.25 mil Shigu needles, and these are the Baby Bee Sweet Delight yarn in the Berry Cute colorway. And I did about 4 rows of this. I'm really close to get to the point where I can start the decreases. And you can see, yeah, that's the right side, I think. Yeah, that's the right side. Isn't the color beautiful? I mean, it just kind of pulls.
It is. Yarn Bee is very nice.
It's very nice for baby hats and turtle shells.
Yeah.
So this is very nice. I'm enjoying it very, very much. I think next time I make it, I might do a couple extra rows of ribbing, maybe 6 or 7 rows, and then make the hat longer and just fold up the brim. But it's very nice. I'm enjoying it very, very much.
I have a bunch of Baby Bee. I should make a turtle.
Anyway, that's this. I do like it. It just, I do have to, depending on how my hands are acting, I can do 2 to 4 or even 6 rows on this. It's just that the needles are so small that it's a little bit hard for me to grab them.
Grab them?
Good grief. Grip or grasp. So grab is a new word. Yes, I have to grab them a little more tightly. I am
How
a
does
writer.
one grab?
I can, like this. I'm a writer. What is it that Laura says? I can English?
I can English.
I can English. I'm a writer. I can make up new words. Okay, so that's that. All right. I have coined a phrase. Your turn.
Grappling.
Grappling.
Well, you know, there's a grappling hook.
There is a grappling hook.
So I guess.
So why can't I grapple? I mean, I'm not grappling though. Grappling, and when you think about grappling, it's like an activity where you're.
Well, it's like wrestling.
Yeah, and I don't know how they get that with a grappling hook, but okay.
Well, I think because usually with grappling, there's a grip involved.
Something, yeah. I don't know.
Anyway,
we have to decide when we're going to see Batman and Superman.
We're going to see.
Thought I'd throw that out there. Just thought I'd throw out there.
I will try to not make rude comments.
We're not holding out high hopes for Batman and Superman, but we are big fans of Batman, so we'll probably will go.
Oh, I'll see it. I'll just make fun of it later.
She has free tickets, so
yeah,
we're gonna go.
I'll just make fun of it because no one's gonna ever make me happy with the live action version, and it's Ben Affleck as Batman, and Lex Luthor looks so annoying.
Oh yes, he and they said from the spoiler alert kind of things that we've been seeing that as bad as Ben Affleck might be in Batman, and he's better than they thought, but as bad as
I have a feeling he's going to be better than I think.
Well, we've got such low expectations, he better be. But anyway, and we just don't care for him as an actor. That's us.
He ruined Daredevil.
He might be fine, but everybody that you read just pans the guy who played Luthor.
It was a horrible it was a bad choice.
He's just annoying.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the way it's written, because I remember my husband saying he did something else and he was really good in it. So
it's probably they just didn't want to write Luthor the way that he is in the comics.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
I think they should have left Christian Bale in as Batman.
Oh, I think so too. And Christian Bale would have been really willing to do it.
Yeah. It must have been some kind of contract thing or something. Or maybe
he wanted to.
Yeah, maybe it was a contract thing with...
They wanted an older Batman.
Well, they could have made him older.
They wanted to do, like the Frank Miller Batman...
Well, if he's too thin, he bulks up. He's a method actor.
He is a method actor.
If they want him to be older, they have makeup for that. So I'm wondering if they want to just go in a different direction, or they were not, maybe there's contract issues, or maybe he just couldn't get free.
Yeah.
But to me, the closest they've come to a good Batman live action.
Even he doesn't make me happy, but I'm just.
He's closest.
He's closest, but you're never gonna make me happy with a live action Batman. He doesn't look like Jim Lee's Batman.
Well, nobody does. That's why Nightwing can't be done properly either.
Well, exactly. You're never going to make me happy.
Yeah. It's very hard to get that perfection of a comic into a person.
It's
not real. Yeah, it's like trying to make a Barbie doll on the TV for a woman. It's just not right.
But anyway,
because Batman apparently is a Barbie doll. He's an action figure. He's not a doll. He's an action figure.
Reckless dancing.
Reckless dancing.
The Dance All Night Slash Socks. by Erica Jakovsky, Fiddle Knits. I'm using Miss Babs Yowza What is Skin in the colorway Perfectly Reckless. And the heels and toes are Knit Picks Brava worsted.
Worsted, okay.
So this one's been done for a while.
Very pretty.
I have...
In her Anne Brody Nurses bag.
Yes.
Which is Silver Shed, USA. Needle down. This bunny.
Okay. I am at the point where I need to pick up stitches.
Oh, that's what it looks like, the flap.
Yep.
Okay.
I need to pick up stitches along the side and start doing probably my least favorite part of doing heels and toes a different color, because I'll never do it that way again, where I have to keep cutting yarn so I don't, so my color stays here in the heel. Once I do that, this will go by fairly quickly. And I really want to finish this because I have that lovely Batman versus Superman yarn.
Isn't that what Laura gave you?
That Laura gave me. And I really want, I have a feeling that yarn will make me feel happy.
Yeah.
Especially since I won't be doing heels and toes. So I actually do like doing the heel flap for socks. It's just that I should never have done contrasting colors.
So you don't have to do contrasting color in that?
I just did it because I did it. Oh, I know why.
You were afraid you were going to run out of yarn, weren't you?
No, I was afraid... Even though this is superwash, for some reason I was afraid this would wear out.
Oh, did not have nylon in it?
It might not have had nylon.
Okay.
Honestly, though, I'll just learn how to, like,
darn
or something. Or pull a Karen and darn it.
Oh, no.
That's... I'm more likely I should try to put some effort into darning it. Because I don't make as many socks as Karen does.
Well, Karen's a sock machine.
Yes, she is. But yes. This has actually gotten some work on it. I forget what I took it with me and did it. This is an easy project to do on the go if I don't want something heavy.
Is that ribbing the whole way?
No, it's the pattern stitch.
But it comes up like ribbing.
It comes up like ribbing.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different.
Looks like it's 2x2.
It's not.
What is it? Oh, never mind. You can't tell.
I can't
paid
tell
pattern.
you, yeah.
It is a paid pattern.
It
right?
is paid.
Yeah, I bought it for you.
Yeah, you bought it for me. It was a gift. So no, I really can't tell you.
Okay.
We'll have to discuss it later, but it's not. It's different.
It's very pretty.
It is very pretty.
Okay. Are you done with that?
I am done with this. I need to make the nursing cap fly.
Okay. Oops.
There's a bunny.
Yarn down. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now, this is my Stitch by Mimi, right?
Yes.
I always forget her name. This is Sandy, right?
Yes.
Okay, Sandy. This is my Winter Storm Shawl project, which I've torn out once already, and to be quite frank, I'm going to tear it all out. I just don't like working with this yarn. It doesn't show the pattern. It's nothing to do with the pattern. I just don't like this yarn to work with. I'm sure that somebody out there likes it because they sell it, but for me, it hurts my hands because it's doesn't have much give to it, and the pattern definition doesn't come out. You can see I'm just doing a straight garter here, and it just doesn't look like anything. It's not the pattern. It's the yarn, I think, and quite possibly me as a knitter. But I actually talked to the person who does this pattern. I emailed her. She got back to me within 12 hours, I think. She very, very quick. This is the terribly simple pattern. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not this. This is the Floating on a Cloud baby blanket. This is the Brookside blanket pattern by 5410 Studio, and let me tell you something about her. She is fantastic. I asked her a question. I said, look, I think that I would rather do this in a worsted or a bulky, preferably a worsted. What do I need to do? And she told me exactly what I need to do, and she also told me how it would affect the pattern and that if I had any problems figuring out how many more repeats to do, to tell her what my gauge was in whatever she told me, and she would figure it out for me. I'm telling you, that's service. I mean, she doesn't have to do that, and I was very, very impressed. So even though I'm going to tear this out now and probably not put it back on the needles for a while, I already have a couple of her patterns on cue besides this one. She is definitely someone I go back to, and if you're looking for baby patterns, sometimes they're free. Sometimes she puts them on for free for a certain amount of time, and even if you have to pay for them, they're worth it. They're well written, and she does it where she puts down whatever the direction is, and she puts down the rows right next to it, and then so you don't have to either have a little book or whatever. You just see, okay, that's his 1, 3, 5, and you have 2, 4, and then this one you have whatever, and you can just circle as you go down. You know what you're doing. It's very clear. She's extremely, extremely organized. So I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to be destashing this yarn and the green. So if you want this, I will try to put up a thread with pictures of this yarn and a couple other things I will be destashing if you want it. This one ball will be a little bit wonky in the way it's put together, but all the yarn is here. I just I'm just going to be wrapping it around a little differently. I didn't cut any of the yarn or anything like that. It's all here. So just keep your eye on that. So that's that. Your turn.
Okay, so the next one that I'm going to talk about is Icy Fire, which is the Neapolitan pattern by K.F. Jones of the Bakery Bears. I'm using Neighborhood Fiber Company in the base Rustic Fingering in the colorways Eastern Market, which is a red-orange, Del Rey, which is a yellow-orange, and Penn North, which is a yellow. And this is some deep stash from SVFF, Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival, from the first time I went. I'm getting kind of excited because I'm getting close to, I'm tangled.
Tangled up in red and yellow?
And orange.
And orange. Girl on fire. Oops.
Is a bunny.
Is a bunny. My lovely stitch marker from Sandy. She made me my angel stitch marker.
So,
can't see it because it keeps turning around. Well, she's getting untangled.
It's funny. Okay. The yellow is starting to show a little bit better now.
Oh, that's nice.
And
it'll look gold.
Yeah, it'll look even better, I think, because here's the orangish color. And
is that Kay's new shawl?
Yes.
Okay.
And once I finish this alternating section, it'll be all yellow section next, which I think will be very nice. I wasn't sure if there was enough contrast at first. I think there will be, which makes me happy.
Now, that shawl is, I want to try that when I finish some of the other shawls. That is absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I love the way it works up. So this has been kind of what I've wanted to work on.
Honestly,
when I'm like listening to podcasts and stuff, I keep telling myself, well, just in a couple more rows, just till I get to the next section. This is one of those shawls where you're just like, just one more section.
Right.
You know, because first I was like, well, let me just get past the color work section here. And then it was like, well, let me get past this main color so I can get to this color work section. And then now it's like, let me get past this color work so I can get to the yellow. It's a very...
it's like a stripy sock.
Yeah, you just want to go to the next section. And then before you know it, it's almost there.
I do not want to do this all over again here. There we go. Okay. Now, before are you done with that one?
Yes.
Before I,
oh, but this is in my, Mama C, tutor bag.
Before I go into my next project, I keep teasing you about what I'm going to do for that shawl, what colors I'm going to use. I finally remembered to bring that yarn out. I found the 4th skein, which is good because the other one didn't work as well. The other one's a sky blue kind of color. These are the 3 colors I'm going to be using for my shawl.
Definitely Mom's colors.
So I'm sure that nobody is surprised.
I think you could call that shawl denim.
Don't not call it denim. I had a name for it. Remember, I called it. Wasn't Rhapsody in Blue? It was.
I didn't think you made up your mind.
I had some names for it. I don't remember. I have to think
Blue
about it.
jeans. Something blue jeans.
Forever Blue Jeans.
Forever Blue
That's
Jeans.
what
That
it
would
was.
be perfect,
That was it,
Mom.
Forever Blue Jeans. That's my husband's and my song. We first got married. It's one of our songs. So this will probably be the shawl.
That would be perfect because it does. I've seen blue jean colors all in these shades.
Yeah. So this is the other color that went with this was a kind of a sky blue with a little bit of grayish overtone to it. And I showed my husband, I showed Talia, and they both agreed, and I agreed that this was the best combination. So these are the three colors I'll be using for the shawl that Talia is making in the red and yellow. I just want to show you that before I forgot. Okay, now my next project is my winter storm shawl, and that's in my Mama C Words, Words, Words bag, which I absolutely love. And I made a little progress on this, about a row or two, not too much. Oops, I am tangled up here. I think I'm going to have to... I'm using my Caspians. These are size 8s, I think. Yes, size 8. Oh, gosh, I don't know why I bother talking today. You can see the colors in here again, no surprise with the colors. And I mentioned that this was alpaca before. I was mistaken. This is... Bella Sarah's Knitting Basket Yarn Sport Northern Lights colorway, and it is 80% Huakea and 20% merino. I don't know what Huakea is. It might be a form of alpaca. I have no idea. But that's what this is, not alpaca per se. So, and it's a little bit on the scratchy side, but I don't think it's going to be itchy like yours.
Yeah.
It's very soft and it's very lightweight. And I'm enjoying working on it. This is the Terribly Simple pattern by Caitlin French with 2 F's. And this is just kind of a, as I get things finished. I think as I finish the weights and things like that, I'll start picking up some of my other shawls, like my Forest Floor and the Sock Knitter shawl, and starting maybe the, what's the one that you're doing called, the regular name of it?
Oh,
the Girl on Fire one?
I don't call it Girl on Fire. I call it Icy Fire.
Oh, Icy Fire.
It's the, Neapolitan.
Neapolitan, right. So, yeah. All right, so your turn.
Okay, so I dug out, to mark how far I've gotten on this blanket, I dug out one of Jenny's Progress Keepers. So it's a little teapot.
A little teapot.
So I had worked on this square during the last podcast. I'd started during the last podcast. This got a lot of work on it. This is what I work on when I'm watching TV with the family. I work on my more complicated ones at night.
When nobody's up.
When nobody's up. So I've done one square. So this is Mom's colors. Mom dyed this one.
Lady Fernicle yarn.
Yeah. This one here. And this one here. Then now I'm starting my Australian section because I had done a trade with someone in the Bakery Bears patron group, and this is the beginning of the yarn she got for me. She gave to me, traded with me. It has flex in it. I have been resisting the urge to yank the flex out because I just don't like flex in my yarn. This one's pretty.
OC.
Then there's a brown one. I love this one. I'm not sure if you can really see very well. Should focus.
Oops.
It's a bunny.
It's getting hot.
Well, you can't really tell, but it's a dark purple yarn with a little red thread running through.
Oh, that's pretty.
And then this one here. And I'm starting one that's kind of owly.
Not my owl yarn, though.
No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I finished 8 squares. I started a 9th one. So this is really what I've been working on.
She was complaining it's just too many of my yarns, so I guess I will have to make them for somebody else.
No, I was never complaining about that.
That's what I heard.
You need to get your hearing managed.
Managed?
I have... Your yarn makes up the center of my blanket.
It does.
If I run out, I have to change what's in the center of my blanket. Which would be unfortunate.
It would be unfortunate. It would be unbalanced, even.
Yes, so... There's a bunny.
It is.
So that is all about this blanket. I am almost done with the 4th row, and about to head into the 5th row.
I think this is the only bag I have that fits this humongous ball of yarn.
And I've started this in October of last year.
Along very nicely.
Well, I'm hoping by October of this year
It'll be finished.
Oh no, it's not gonna be finished. But I might
throw that out there.
I might be maybe halfway through. But if I keep doing 8 squares a week,
moving along. I knew I forgot something here.
And I mean, this is a queen size bed length. I mean, I don't even know how many squares are in each row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
This is where Talia shows you she knows how to count.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25. About 26 squares per row.
Approximately 3 inches a square, 3.5 inches a square. So that's a big...
Yeah, so it'll be a nice size blanket. And it's just nice and scrappy. And I'll probably start another one just because, when this one's done, just because I love working this.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. But yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I did the winter storm
Because
shawl.
no matter what, no 2 blankets is going to be the same if you just are doing scraps. Because you won't always have the same scraps available in the same order.
Right.
So.
Very pretty. It's very warm, too. It's very dense.
It is. That's a garter stitch. And squishy.
Squishy, squishy.
Any more projects?
Yes. I think I have 2 more. Or maybe I just have 1 more. Let's see. Okay, this is in my Silver Shed USA Forest Creatures bag, little Forest Creatures bag that I won from the Turbo Knitter. It's a, as I said, Silver Shed. I think this is for medium.
I think
bag.
you might be right.
And I made, this is my trying something different. It's a square. I'm using US 10.5. I think I'm supposed to use 8s, but I'm using a 10.5. So I don't know. Those are the needles I had, so that's what I did. And I like the fabric that's coming out of it. You can't really see the square. It's about 7 inches right now, instead of 8. And I'm just playing with this. It's kind of a mitered square, but it doesn't decrease. It just keeps increasing. And because you're doing the same increase on either side, it becomes a square. So you can see it's grown a little bit, and I do like it better when I see it on the camera. Oops.
Goodbye.
It is.
I'm out of tea.
So there we go. I like that. And that's just Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, Prince, I think. I think it's probably some kind of berry colorway. I misplaced the ball band for it. And I'm just playing with it to see if I like making any kind of squares whatsoever. Print, I don't know if this is the right one. Cool Waters. I don't know if that's this one. This doesn't look like Cool Waters to me. But
No.
anyway, that's that. And I'm enjoying it. And it's just kind of something that I pull out when I feel like I just want to get a little knitting done. And I don't want to do anything taxing.
Oh, I forgot to mention the pattern or lacturo-ish for this one. This is based on a tutorial that Kay Jones did for the patrons of the Baker Bears podcast.
Yeah, it's a really nice tutorial.
Yeah.
And I'm so behind on that.
I know. So I've been asked before about what pattern I use, and there is no pattern. It's based off a tutorial video that only certain people can get a hold of.
Right.
So.
Okay. Do you have any other whips?
No.
Okay. Do you have any FOs?
I do. I actually have a writer's block. I don't have the yarn over here because I...
Oh, you mean like my last thing?
Yeah, I had to rip out the Draken, or the Drekken shawl by Ninja Chickens. Nothing wrong with the pattern. I just can't afford the tension right now, and I dropped the stitch in the middle of the brioche section, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it to pull up, and I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I can't afford this tension right now, and I'm not going to restart it right now.
She's been too tired to do anything really intricate, and that pattern is gorgeous, but it is intricate.
And I wouldn't mess up it anywhere except the brioche. That's it.
And the design is wonderful, and the designer is
awesome.
It's just that at this point in time, with her schedule the way it is, she's not able to pay attention to it.
Yeah, and I just can't. Once I messed up there, I was like, I just need to tear it out. So it's gone. It's bye-bye.
But, just...
It's not the pattern.
So they're clear that it's not the pattern or the designer, which, according to... I haven't looked at it very well yet because I haven't started it, but according to Talia, from my understanding...
It's fine.
It's a wonderful pattern.
It's just I can't do it right now.
Not the right time.
Yeah.
Do it later, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. You said FO?
Yeah, but you do too.
Yeah, but what do you have? I want... Oh, we have those together. Okay. All right, my first FO... I have 2 FOs. In my Skikaboo bag that Talia bought me, I have a finished baby hat. And it actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Given the... it's nice and light. So I might go ahead and finish my bulky in that. And this is a baby size as opposed to a preemie. And I really like the way it turned out. And this will be going to the pregnancy center for the slightly bigger babies.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and put that in this bag. You're going to hear the door open because his dad's come home.
My husband's home.
Well, he knows we're podcasting.
Yeah.
Now these 2 go together.
Yes. We have finished objects here. If you see my Facebook page, or not Facebook, my project page, you've probably seen this already. Or if you're in any of the groups I'm in. Okay.
So,
this one... Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
This one is Festus.
And this one is Mithril. And they're both York Dial, designed by me. You're using Miss Babs. Same thing that she used to make her kitten.
Right, you can see here. Where's my kitten? Brat. My patches. Look at the difference there.
Oops.
That's the same yarn. The same ball of yarn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is Undead yarn in the colorway Smog's Treasure. So...
You can see the slightly difference in size.
Yep.
I
just have a smaller gauge.
And also,
this is DK weight.
You're actually using DK, and I'm using a light worsted, which is surprising that I got so close to your gauge.
No, you're right. Because I am a notoriously tight crocheter.
And if you look, we've done something different. Talia doesn't do quite so tight around the neck as I do. So it gives a little different look.
Yeah. Well, and that's just difference between
the difference
designer.
of the toys.
Yeah.
Difference. That's what makes toys so much fun. Is that you get a different expression, a different look, or whatever.
Mine are generally going to look pretty close to what you see in the picture because I am the designer. So I know exactly what I mean.
And it's Festus
they do stand.
Well, he needs to have something to put his tail against. But he's a little bit bottom heavy at the moment. There.
Well, he's not in a good position to stand. But
put my hand there.
A bird in a hand.
A bird in a hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah.
So,
but yes.
And that's mine.
No, it's not really.
I want all the owls. So.
I'm very happy about how.
Yes.
This was a nice.
I love making these.
They're sort of a what's it called? Not easy victory.
They're a instant gratification.
Thank you. Because they can work up very quickly. The original design was worked up in like a day and a half.
I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I want to put the wings and the tail.
I tell you where to in the pattern.
I know, but I still mess it up. I don't put it exactly where you do it somehow. I think I count a little differently than you do.
You might.
He was standing up.
There we go.
So, all right. And he matches it's my bag, angel bag that I have. Okay, so that's that.
Okay, royalties.
Okay, let's see. Royalties. Do you have any?
I have 1.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 2.
All right. I have 2 as well. I mean, I picked up a bunch of patterns. And of course the needle protectors that you gave me. But other than that, I have 2. So I'll show these first. These came in today. I ordered these so I can make a project. These are Chaigu red lace, size 7s. One is a 16-inch cord, and the other is a 24-inch cord, because the hat is the bankhead. I blame Dan for this. I'm going to try a bankhead hat, Dan, and it's your fault. I want to know, Dan, did you use the 16-inch to cast on 100 stitches or whatever? This is a free pattern. Or did you go ahead and use the 24-inch cable? Just if you see this and you have the time, can you let me know what you did? Probably won't wait, but, it'd be nice to know. Okay. What did you get?
I picked up Sister Queens by Julia Fox, and it's about Catherine of Aragon and Juana, Queen of Castile. Juana la Loca. So, I look forward to... Whoopsie. Hey, it comes with a little bookmarky type thing. Cool.
Oh, you get to color it.
I know it just talks about color. Oh, here, you can have the color. I don't color.
You don't have to color. You can do the black and white.
It's fine. I have bookmarks. But, yes. I look forward to reading this one. Eventually. I've been staring at this for a while.
The print's tiny on that.
Oh, you should have seen the one on Queen Isabella.
My eyes are getting...
Queen Isabella's even smaller.
My eyes are getting cranky if it's too small. I have to put my glasses on and read.
So, and so eventually I will pick up this. I'm making my way through my history books. This is what I read to relax, these kind of things. For some reason, history makes me feel better.
Okay, my second one just came in today, and this is going to be going up in the thread for anyone who wants it. I'm not doing a lot of crochet, and I have a subscription. And there aren't a whole lot of patterns I was interested in this time, but I think there'll be a lot of patterns that several people do like in here.
Well, you don't do the motifs and stuff.
I don't do motifs. There's a lot of motifs in here, and I don't do motifs, as you well know. That's kind of cute.
Yeah.
There are a couple patterns in here that I really do like, but not enough that I'll keep the magazine. I really like this. It's a sweater, and it's lacy. I don't know if you can see it. The light's not very good. There's that I really like, and there's a cute little shawl here, and this is the one that's almost making me want to keep the book, but I do get the digital copy. So even though I'm giving this up, I'm not losing anything. I have the digital copy. So, you know, if you want it, and when I put it up in the thread, just let me know, because I'm not losing anything, honestly. This little shawl here. I am directionally challenged. Oops, bubbles. So you can see that's really cute. And it's by Kathy Lashley. Here's what it looks like out. It's got a nice shape to it. So this is probably going to go up along with the yarn, the super bulky that I have. You know, to one or more people. They don't have to go to the same person if you want it. So that's that.
Then the other thing that just actually arrived right before the podcast. He walked
my needles.
The guy, the UPS guy is walking up, and he's trying to stuff this in the back of the package. I started teasing him about reading my book on it while he was on the go, and I think he was too embarrassed to really think that it was that funny.
Because usually we don't see the UPS ninjas. They usually just drop everything on the porch.
Yeah.
So Taya got him. He brought my needles in, which were intact, and then he brought her book.
Yeah, and I caught him stuffing this in. But I've been wanting this for a while. Actually, last time I went to the bookstore, I was looking for this actively, but I couldn't find it. I picked up a different Elizabeth I book. But this one I've been wanting is Alison Weir's Elizabeth I. Because I find Elizabeth to be very interesting, just when I've been reading about her in other books in relation to other characters in history. So
she is very interesting. She's a very smart individual, it seems.
Yeah, and her unfortunate childhood and did a lot to form her the way she was.
I think a lot of those royals had that kind of a problem.
The Stuff You Missed in History Class girls have a whole section of podcasts they call Unfortunate Royal Childhoods, or Tragic Royal Childhoods. Actually, those are some of my favorite podcasts, because it's kind of pathetic. But
very nice.
Yes.
All right,
it's going to be very hard to decide whether to start Sister Queens or Elizabeth first.
Okay. Before we go into the autobiography, I just wanted to give you guys another look at these. I'm going to have two of these, this one and the one that I re-scanned up. You saw me re-scanning it. As I said, it's all intact. These will go up, and so will these two, if anybody wants them. Okay? As you can tell, these three are all completely intact. They haven't even been opened yet.
Autobiography?
Okay. I wrote over 1,500 words to the shared story that I do with Talia, plus another 638 words just off the top of my head because a Taylor Swift song hit me funny, and so I wrote about it. has nothing really to do with the Taylor Swift song, but that's how it works with me. I hear something, pop music or something, or I see a story or something, and I go. It's been a long time since I've done that. So I did that, and I'm still reading The Kingdom by Brian Lipfin. And I put a new book on my wish list that's coming out. It's on pre-order. It's about spies in World War I. You know, ciphers, codes, all that kind of thing. It sounds really interesting, so I'm looking forward to that when it finally comes out. But I do want to wait till it comes down on price a little bit. It's a little pricey right now. Okay, go ahead.
Oops, let me unplug this, because I don't want my phone to get over. There we go. I finished Queen Isabella. I know that Allison Weir still kind of likes Queen Isabella. That was the feeling I got by the end of it. I honestly think that while she might have been treated poorly at the beginning of her reign as queen, at the end I really didn't like her. I still don't think I agree that she probably didn't murder her husband, but she was just a very greedy person in general. And I just, not someone I really particularly liked. And it wasn't just the way she's painted. I think I don't know, she was a very controlling person. And power hungry and money hungry, and she's not someone I really liked that much. But it was a good read, an interesting read. I am glad I did read it. I am very happy now. I'm reading King John by Mark Morris. I restarted just because it's been a little while. Even though I didn't really find that I've forgotten anything, I'm just restarting from the beginning. I have a feeling I'll go through this pretty quickly.
Well, sometimes when you haven't read in a while, it's just easier to kind of, even if you go cursory, to make sure you got everything.
And the print's a lot larger in this one. I think this one's actually shorter than
it might be
Queen Isabella. So, I actually haven't put Queen Isabella down as being finished in Goodreads yet.
I'm not keeping up with my Goodreads. I should go in and do that.
But yeah, I'm excited to be reading this now. I wanted to have this started before Dan and Kay start their places to knit on the Plantagenets. And I was able to do that.
Now, I wanted to start today my book on St. Teresa of Avila for the Catholic Book Club, but I know I pulled it out and now I can't find it. So I have to go looking for that. And I may or may not have bought some yarn from Packing Knits. She has a couple of new bases out, and I wanted to give it a try. So we will see. Hopefully that will be here Friday. We will see what we will see. I told my husband I was going to be buying a little bit of yarn, and he said that was fine because I abstained all Lent except for things for charity. And so, yeah, that should be coming in. Hopefully you'll see it next week. I think, we do want to thank,
this is short.
We do want to thank Crafternoon Treats, A Crocheting Cuvian, Joan Bell, and I have Joan Bell twice. I think there's somebody else I've forgotten. I don't know who it is, who made a YouTube comment. I can't remember who it was. I thought I put them all down, but I did one twice. I apologize for the one I forgot, and if I didn't see you because you put in after we were podcasting.
Yeah.
We do appreciate all the comments we get on YouTube.
And anywhere else.
Anywhere else. And all the subscriptions and the likes and all that. We really appreciate that because when you do that, it bumps us up.
Yep.
And people get to see who we are. So that's really neat. Thank you very much for that. Please do. Oh, you want to say something?
I was just going to say the other thing that's been getting my attention.
Yeah, then you got to talk about also our podcast schedule.
Yeah. The other thing that's been getting my attention on my days off when I'm trying to keep up a little bit with Ravelry. One of the reasons I'm so behind my knitting podcast is I've been listening to the Myths and Legends podcast. One of the only other podcasts that I am willing to pay a little bit for, 'cause then I get extra episodes. And he was teasing me too much about how he was going to do one on Sleeping Beauty only for the patrons. I was like, I need that. So, and I got a few extra Japanese ones for it.
Those are cool.
I really like the Japanese Myths and Legends. So you get all these myths and legends from different cultures, and he gives his point of view on it, but he still will explain, well, this is probably what was intended by the original one, and these are from the various sources. Also, the other thing, he says he'll provide, like, access to some of the original source materials to the patrons.
That's cool.
So, that's the other podcast.
I'm not paying for that.
No.
I'll do the freeze.
But yeah, that I've been binge listening to Myths and Legends. I tend to like the Russian ones and the Japanese one. Viking myths and legends are just weird.
Yeah, you said that last week. That's funny. They get no less weird as you go.
No.
Yeah.
Loki is wacky.
Of course he is. He's Loki.
But
and I binge watched the Grocery Girls. I am now finished with them. They have 8 episodes up. So that was really nice to watch. I have to find out their names. Sorry, I don't remember what they are. One is Mrs. Brown Bags, and I forget what Tracy's is.
But that's it for me.
Okay, so please do.
We wanted to talk about schedule.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Most likely, it's after. Let's see.
After the 10th.
After the 10th. We will be podcasting most likely on Fridays. Occasionally, be on a different day. Mm-hmm. Just because of the way things are at work right now, I'm going to have to work for about 2 months at least. A 4-night-a-week schedule, which means 4 12-hour shifts. Don't be surprised if I appear more tired, or if I'm not on the thread so much as I'd like to be.
And don't be surprised if we bump it to a Saturday or a Sunday if she's tired. It will be most likely.
It will be every week.
It will be every week. It might be Friday. It might be Saturday. It might be Sunday.
Yeah.
So.
But bear with us. It's unavoidable. At this time.
Yeah, we want to make sure we will be podcasting. We don't want you to go without a podcast. We don't want to go without doing a podcast, even if it's a little shorter. It just will be a little more variable within that week.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be 7 days, sometimes it might be 5, sometimes it might be 8, whatever. So,
yeah, you will still get a weekly podcast.
Approximately, yeah.
Approximately, yeah. I mean,
give or take a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like we do normally.
Yeah.
Okay. Do keep an eye on the threads. You have one more day for the sweater shawl along and the shawl along, and you also have, after that, you have the beginning of the PHN Autism Awareness, who is being, doesn't pay to get up in the morning sometimes. We are co-hosts.
I don't get up in the morning, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Our co-hosts are Heidi from Undead Yarn and Laura from a crochet. I don't know what her podcast is. The Crochet Hoovian.
I think it is.
She has 3 different names. She has one for her name, which is A Crocheting Hoovian. Her group is the
Crochet Hoovian Alliance
or Legions or something like that. And I have it in the show notes, and it's in the last show notes. And then her podcast is The Crochet or A Crochet Hoovian. If you look at Laura Concert, if you look at A Crocheting Hoovian, you will find all the information that gets to the podcast in the group.
Yeah.
And she's well worth listening to and watching.
She is. I'm just behind simply because when I'm tired, I don't necessarily want to watch knitting podcasts. Apparently, I want to listen to Myths and Legends.
I am all caught up with her too, but I'm behind with the Bakery Bear, so I have to get on the stick for that. So yes, and if you are in the shadows, once again, please do come out and join us for the Autism Awareness, Cal, and anything else that we're doing. We have giveaways coming up for the things I just showed. There might be other giveaways, occasionally just random. Sometimes I put things up, sometimes Talia put things up. So there are
usually Mom.
There are things. It's fun to be part of the group. It's just a wonderful group, whether we give anything away or not. We have a wonderful, supportive group. So we hope you have a wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes you happy. And we look forward to seeing you next week in the PH and Spoon Woman Cave. This is the Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 200, and that's a wrap.